Right now, an update on the condition of a UW student fighting for her life in the hospital after an attack over the weekend.
Plus, big plans for Madison's South Side. The mayor just unveiled her budget plan. We'll break down how she wants to spend your tax dollars.
Still a mild morning this morning. Temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s, but much cooler weather on the way. More coming up.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchine. Thanks for waking up with us. You're waking up to a big change in the forecast. We're moving away from summer temperatures into fall.
Yeah, we're going to just jump right into it. It looks like over the next 24 hours, quite a bit of a change coming in this time tomorrow morning. Still mild this morning, though. Still feeling a little bit of humidity, but it's come down. It's not quite as high as what it was yesterday morning at this time. Right now we're at 72, but noticing the drop in temperatures to the west in the 60s. Not quite as humid off to the west, while still very sticky over there in Dodge County, over into Jefferson County and Rock County. Dew points have been in the 70s, but our dew points have dropped in the 60s for now. We did have a brief shower pass through the Madison area. Did not amount to too much, but you might notice the grass a little bit damp if you're taking the dog out for a walk this morning, but barely enough to actually even wet the pavement. So maybe a shower passing through into the afternoon hours. It's going to be breezy and turning cooler later today. I think our high temperature will occur 1:30 this afternoon, then temperatures slowly falling, and that will lead to some fall-like temperatures to round out this week. Winds will be a factor today, picking up at the noon hour. The west and northwest here early this afternoon, 10 to 20 miles per hour, some gusts to 25. And even as we get towards sunset and thereafter, it's still going to be breezy, so things will be blowing around going into the evening hours. Quite a few clouds around, peak or two of sun, enough instability, can't rule out a couple of showers, more nuisance showers than anything. And there are those temperatures starting to fall off as we get toward the dinner hour. Headed off to the bus stop this morning. It's a mild start to the morning. Temperatures in the lower 70s. Should be dry this morning, but we can't rule out a spotty shower as you're headed home. Temperatures in the mid-70s. More on that cool down the rest of the week coming up.
Okay, looking forward to it. Kelly, thank you very much. It's 6:01. We are learning new details this morning about an attack over the weekend that left a UW student in the hospital with serious injuries.
Our Shane Hogan is here with more on this developing story this morning. Shane, all of this sounds just terrible.
Yeah, terrible and scary, Chris. Police say the woman in her 20s is expected to survive. That's the good news, despite life-threatening injuries. Officers say she was physically and sexually assaulted. As of this moment, no arrests have been made, and investigators are now asking people who live in the areas between West Wilson and South Bedford Streets to share any surveillance video with police that may have captured the attack. If you do have videos or photos or any information that could help police identify a suspect, you're asked to call the Madison Police Non-Emergency Dispatch line at 608-255-2345. Now, police are also recommending to residents in that area to not walk alone, especially at night, as they continue to investigate this scary situation.
Hopefully that video could help out authorities find someone responsible. Thank you, Shane.
Happening today, a former Sauk Prairie police officer will appear in court for the first time. Joel Ludowitz is charged with obstructing an investigation into a December hit-and-run crash involving his own vehicle. A News 3 Now investigation found Ludowitz shared accounts of the night that vary in different records. Dashcam footage shows Ludowitz wiping blood away and removing things from his car after the crash. It happened shortly before he resigned from the police department in Sauk Prairie. We have a full timeline of those events over on channel3000.com.
Also happening today, the trial begins for a Madison man charged with murdering his girlfriend. Greg Rather is charged with first-degree reckless homicide for the alleged killing of Patricia McCullough in July of 2021. Police didn't discover McCullough's body until September of that year, finding her at a home on Madison's east side. The jury in this case was selected yesterday. The trial, again, begins this morning.
6:03 now. Madison's mayor is proposing an investment of more than $27 million in the city's south side. It's part of her 2024 executive capital budget.
Yeah, Mayor Satchel Rhodes-Conway says that money would go toward new housing, economic development initiatives, and a new fire station near the intersection of Badger Road and Park Street. Speaking at the Urban League's new Black Business Hub, Rhodes-Conway said that her budget will help build the vision of Southside residents.
We want people to feel welcomed. We want people to feel safe and like this is a center of activity because there is a lot going on.
The mayor says that money would also provide access to job centers, especially for underserved populations. In Milwaukee this morning, parents are still concerned about their children's safety in class. Schools there closed early on the first day yesterday. because of the heat. Here's what one parent had to say about it.
I came to open house a week ago and they had no AC on, and we're just walking through the school and it's like hot, it's muggy, it's steamy. They definitely need to throw some funding into the schools to give them better accommodations we don't have to do this.
44% of Milwaukee's public schools do not have air conditioning. Milwaukee not the only place parents are having to readjust their kids' schedules. High schools in Baltimore will be empty this week. Kids there will be online. Meanwhile, kindergarten through first graders will go in person but have early dismissal. And in New Jersey, some school kids let out early yesterday as well because of the heat. High temperatures are expected to continue there throughout the week. The Environmental Defense Fund senior climate scientist says temperatures will continue to climb if we continue emitting greenhouse gases.
The DNR says it's buying 1,800 acres of land in southern Jefferson County. Here's a map of exactly where this is, outside Whitewater. The goal is to expand Princess Point Wildlife Area there. The site is currently managed as a muck farm, basically a bog where you farm vegetables out of. It sits adjacent to the wildlife area. Once added to the site, the area is going to nearly double in size. Work is going to start on wetland restoration later this year. Should be wrapped up for you to enjoy as early as 2025.
A live look at the nation's capital this morning, where the Senate is back in session and one senator's protest of abortion is holding up, confirming more than 300 military leaders. 6 months ago, Republican Senator Tommy Tuberville of Alabama started holding things up because he's against a military policy that reimburses members who travel to get abortion care. Now, top U.S. military officials are not holding back.
And I would argue that Tommy Tuberville, what he's actually doing is he's playing Russian roulette with the very lives of our service members by denying them the opportunity to actually have the most experienced combat leaders in those positions to lead them in times of peace and in times of combat.
You know, just makes you feel bad that we got leaders in the country like that, because as I just told you, if I thought it was hurting readiness, I wouldn't be doing this, but it's not.
This is the first time in U.S. history 3 military services are without a Senate-confirmed leader.
The attending physician for congressional members says Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell is fine to continue his work. Dr. Brian Monahan says he did several tests on McConnell, and there's no evidence he had a seizure or a stroke. He also ruled out movement disorder and Parkinson's disease. McConnell, of course, has been under fire for freezing in front of reporters. He reportedly told colleagues on both sides of the aisle that he's continuing to rebound from a concussion he suffered earlier this year.
6:07 now. A big green crisp salad like this is a healthy diet staple, but it doesn't come without risks. You probably noticed within the last decade, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported nearly 80 foodborne disease outbreaks linked to leafy greens. Consumer Reports experts say, don't give up on lettuce just yet. Just take a few extra precautions. Here's Shane Hogan.
We've got fresh romaine lettuce. We're going to take it all apart so that we get every ounce of it nice and clean.
Lindsay Kirtland with Lindsay's Kitchen makes about 200 salads every week.
I mean, restaurants, we don't set out to make people sick, right? And so we have to do our due diligence to make sure that our customers are well cared for, because all we're trying to do is serve the community.
Salad is something that we eat at room temperature. Because it's not heated, there is no chance to kill off the bacteria.
Most recent romaine lettuce recalls are linked to E. coli and listeria. Why and how? Well, that's tricky to answer. Contamination can happen anywhere from farm to table. Cattle can carry deadly strains of E. coli. Their manure that has the bacteria can seep into irrigation water and contaminate crops. No single type of leafy green is risk-free, but hydroponic lettuces, which are greenhouse grown without soil, are less likely to be contaminated by bacteria from animal droppings.
Even when leafy greens are grown free of bacteria, contamination can still occur during harvesting, processing, or packaging. That is why it is so important you take extra steps to protect yourself.
Whole heads of lettuce, instead of bagged greens, might be safer. Whole heads don't necessarily have lower bacteria levels, but their inner leaves are less exposed to sources of contamination and are handled less.
Refrigerate bagged lettuce right after you buy it. It won't prevent foodborne illness, but it will slow spoilage.
Buy packages with expiration dates as far in the future as possible. Don't buy more than you can eat in a few days.
All right, it's going to be $12.90. And our Cobb salad is so filling.
Bon appetit. This is Shane Hogan.
Another strategy, opt for leafy greens that can be cooked, like spinach or kale. The heat will kill the bacteria. This is particularly important for people who are more susceptible to the ill effects of food poisoning, such as those who are immunocompromised, pregnant, or elderly.
6:09 now. Coming up, the Brewers have 25 games left in their season. Andrew Banstra breaks down how they're doing so far.
And ahead in the 608, we're taking a look back at the month that was. Some of our favorite moments from News 3 Now this morning. That's in the 608.
Action! Get up to 60% off list prices on hundreds of items at the huge Labor Day sale at Slumberland Furniture. This awesome reclining sectional comes with a free recliner. How about a Lazy Boy recliner as low as $398? Do not miss this one.
You wash your cars and clothes and canines. You wash your cars and clothes and canines. You wash your cars and clothes and canines. At the Magic Wash. At the Magic Wash. Whoa.
Wherever you go, wherever you stay, all you need is one key. Earn and use rewards across Expedia, Hotels.com, and Vrbo.
Why do dermatologists worldwide recommend La Roche-Posay? Effective skincare like La Roche-Posay Double Repair Face Moisturizer delivers double action to help repair skin's barrier and provide 48-hour hydration for healthy-looking skin. La Roche-Posay.
I'm the one and only Spider-Man. At least that's what I thought.
Remember, what makes you different is what makes you Spider-Man.
At Overture Center October 4th. Tickets at overture.org.
Save on your next project with 11% off everything at Menards. Get superior engine protection with Valvoline heavy-duty conventional diesel motor oil. Its balanced formula helps maximize engine durability. A gallon is $14.99 after rebate. Gorilla Tape provides great results for quick fixes around the house. Made with a double-thick adhesive construction. It grips smooth, rough, and uneven surfaces. Rip it, stick it, done. A 30-yard roll is just $7.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
16 years from today, Greg Gerstner will finally land the perfect cannonball. Unsuspecting friends? Check. Epic water displacement? Big check. A work of art that's only possible because Greg is already meeting all these same people at AARP volunteer and community events. They'll keep Greg active, involved, and mischievous, and help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
I don't know how it's all gonna fit. Action! Now at Slumberland, $9.99 gets you a lot. Like a Sealy Posturepedic mattress and an adjustable power base, both just $9.99. Need a twin? Get a Sealy starting at just $129. The huge Labor Day mattress sale. Only at Slumberland.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Well, summer has come and gone in the 608, not without leaving us behind some wonderful memories and inspiration.
Better believe it. Josh Breiner is here now with his August look back. It was a fun month, Josh.
It sure was, guys. And this summer was one for the record books, of course. And by now, you all probably know at home I love a good pun. And I think my corny jokes are starting to rub off on Chris and Leah. Take a look. Boy, do I have an earful for you this morning at the 608. We're talking about the 70th annual Sun Prairie Sweet Corn Festival.
Look at all the corny fun. Hey there, Josh.
I can't hear you guys. Can you say that again?
Oh, my gosh. A new one every time. A look only you could pull off there, Joshy.
Hey, guys, I am ear for this. I think they cut their mic already.
So, yes, our microphones did get cut off at the beginning after your lovely joke. I thought it was kind of corny.
I know you guys are a little salty that I'm the one that always gets to have the fun in the 608, but you know what? Ah, shucks, it's the way it's gonna be here, guys. Okay, that went a lot faster than I expected. You still icing that shoulder?
Well, you got a kick out of it, and I did too.
She probably thinks that Josh is stalking her. Come on, that isn't bad.
That's good.
That's not bad.
That's good.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Thanks, Josh.
Josh Sprider just kicking it in some prairie this morning.
Too much fun. Coming up in the next 30 minutes, we'll share more of our August memories. Remember, you can always watch our features by going to channel3000.com/in-the608. You guys, I remember, you know, when I first started this In the 608 segment, I used to do all the puns. You guys wouldn't play along. And then all of a sudden, here we are, and you guys are right alongside me, so.
I don't know why I need to stop. It always seems like a good idea in the moment, then I watch it back and I'm just like, ooh.
A little cringeworthy sometimes, but
it was bad.
I have done my fair bit of Googling while you're while you're in your segment, like, okay, what's a pun I can come up with?
And then we always like slow down, like stalking, like we're giving the viewers like, yeah, so they get it. They
get
understand.
it.
Hey, we're all sleepy. We got to make sure everybody catches our wit.
Good stuff, Josh.
Goodness.
Thanks a lot.
You bet.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out on social media. There is his handle for Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. There's his email, too, in the 608@WISC-TV.com.
All right, Kelly Slifka's on the patio. Folks at home might have heard a rumble of thunder or two overnight. Did the rain amount to anything?
No, unfortunately not. It just did not. We were hoping that we'd get some decent rainfall, but mainly just some light rain showers and just barely enough to even wet the ground. But if you are taking the dog out for a walk this morning, the grass might be a little bit wet because of some of that light rain that we had. Now, we are talking about some winds that are going to be picking up this afternoon out of the west and northwest eventually, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Some of these gusts can be up to 25. Still mild today in the mid to upper 70s, but we've got some cooler weather on the way, and unfortunately, the rain chances are dwindling now going into the upcoming weekend. Today, though, the winds this morning are fairly light. They're coming in out of the south, but behind the front, the winds will pick up out of the west and northwest this afternoon, about 10 to 20. Some of these gusts up to 25 miles per hour, and even into the evening. So if you have any outdoor plans this evening, expect things to be blowing around quite a bit. Still up there at 10 to 15 before coming down a little bit closer to midnight. Well, Doppler track was a little active earlier. As mentioned, we did have a couple of rumbles of thunder. Well, we got one lone cell up there in Columbia County, but that is all we are picking up this morning, at least as of now. Looking out west, though, they did have some decent rains. It was pretty localized there in southern parts of Grant County, from Dubuque up toward Platteville, about an inch, inch and a half. As it moved through Lafayette County, still half of an inch, but then it kind of fizzled as it moved into Greene and also Dane County. 78 expected today. That's just a couple degrees above our average, but I think that high temperature really will occur during the early afternoon hours. Temperatures will actually tail off a little bit later today behind a secondary cold front that will likely bring us some cooler weather. So we got the one front passing through now. Basically, this has dropped the humidity a little bit this morning. Still noticeable, but not as oppressive as it's been. That secondary cold front, that's got the Canadian air that's going to be arriving as we go through tonight. So 72 in Madison, 75 in Janesville. Still very steamy there in Janesville. 70 in Watertown. Now, the atmosphere is a lot drier to the west. That's why temperatures have cooled in the mid to upper 60s. They're in Platteville over there toward Boscobel. 73 right now in Mount Horeb, 74 in Wanakee, 75 in Oregon, and 75 in Stoughton. Quite a few clouds around. Can't rule out a spotty shower just about at any time. A lot of instability aloft as we have some cool air coming in aloft. And that heating will allow for some isolated showers to pop up later today into the afternoon and evening. And then temperatures cool off fairly quickly into the evening, dropping down in the 60s after topping out at 78 today. It's going to be breezy this afternoon. A cooler start to the day tomorrow morning. Probably need a light jacket or a sweatshirt. 58, 69, all we can manage tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be breezy, and that will drop our temperature down to 49 on Friday morning. Then we warm up. Nice weekend headed our way. Upper 70s. Our next chance of rain will hold off until Sunday night into Monday.
Jordan Turner is one of Wisconsin's highest impact players on defense, but after being ejected in Bucky's season opening win for targeting, the linebacker will miss half of their first and Week 2 matchup at Washington State. Fickell did appeal that ruling, but doesn't expect to win it. That leaves Jake Chaney as Wisconsin's next man up, and for Fickell, that's not a problem. He loves Jake Chaney, but he thinks it will hurt Wisconsin's depth in the first half.
The good fortune for us is I think we got 3 starting inside linebackers. You know, I wouldn't say we have 2. I wouldn't say that Jake Chaney is not a starter and wasn't a starter. So I don't think we miss you know, a whole lot. Obviously missed Jordan, but I don't think that you're like, oh, you're out of a starter. What we don't have is the depth. We don't have the ability to roll as much, and you know, that's tough.
And after that season-opening win over Buffalo, 38-17, Wisconsin did not move in the Week 2 AP poll. They stayed at 19. Georgia remained at the top spot, with Michigan, Alabama, Florida State, and Ohio State rounding out the top 5. The Big Ten has 4 teams in the top 25. With 25 games left in their season, the Brewers have a 2.5-game lead over the Cubs in the NL Central, but after losing 2 straight, they looked to get back on track last night in Pittsburgh. Pick things up in the 5th inning. Brewers lead 1-0. One on with no outs, and Andrew Monasterio at the dish. He cranks up the volume on the Pirates, rips the ball into no man's land in that left center corner. It pinballs around, allowing Andrew to get all the way to third for an RBI triple. And then later in the inning, 2 on for Mark Canha, who smokes one through the infield. It would score 1 run, and another would come home to score on an error. Brewers ride a 6-run 5th inning to a win, 7-3 the final. That's your morning sports fix. Have a wonderful Wednesday.
All right, thank you, Andrew Banstra. Still ahead, a return to the office, why some companies want to shift away from work at home.
If you're heading to work today this morning, though, we are giving you a look at gas prices here in Dane County and across Wisconsin. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Pick and Save, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
I know what it's like to perform through pain. If you're like me, one of the millions suffering from pain caused by migraine, Nurtec ODT may help. It's the only medication that can treat a migraine when it strikes and prevent migraine attacks. Treat and prevent all in one.
Don't take if allergic to Nurtec. Allergic reactions can occur even days after using. Most common side effects were nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain.
We're in this together. Talk to a doctor about Nurtec ODT.
The spring could just break. Precision is there to help.
We have fully stocked vehicles to fix any problem you'd have that same day, and we are all over the Madison area.
You're just one phone call away from getting your garage door fixed today.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
You think, how can this arch support in my shoe make my back pain go away? But it works. And how can it make my knee pain go away? It was incredible.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
At Fearing's Audio Video Security, our people, vision, and values drive superior technology solutions that result in great customer experiences. Choosing the right technology solutions can be daunting. From consultation and design to installation and support of your AV and security systems, our team communicates and guides each step. Fearing's Audio Video Security, making a difference for our customers and our world. Visit fearings.com.
Here's your parachute.
Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer. With promotional products from 4imprint, our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Packed it myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
At Pick and Save, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back, Kevin, frequent flyer, giving us a sneak peek of hunting season.
Oh.
Nice picture.
Come on.
Oh, you don't like that?
No.
Okay.
This little guy just...
Well,
do
here's
his
the
thing.
silver lining, Shane. He is so well camouflaged among the cattails
there you
that
go.
perhaps the hunters won't find him.
There you go.
He is uneven. Yeah.
I like the unevenness of his antlers.
Yeah, nice job. Chicago boy over here.
Thanks, Shane. And thank you, Kevin.
You're so welcome.
A picture. Use the hashtag MyNews3Morning when you post on social media.
Nature.
There we go.
It's neat.
Shane's got the trending story of the day.
What's going on?
Good morning, folks. Now that Labor Day is come and gone, some companies are saying it's time to get back into the office.
Oh, okay.
That's right. The work from home trend that exploded during the height of the COVID pandemic could now maybe come to an end because some large companies want their employees back in the office. Some workers could even face some consequences for not returning to the office. It's companies like Amazon and Zoom among those who are now requiring a few days a week in the office. What do you guys think?
We're still trying to figure this out, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was looking at some data this morning. 28% of people at least work partly from home.
Sure.
98% want to.
I mean, I'm in that focus group. I'm in that sample.
Right.
Wouldn't that be nice? I mean, for what we do, that's not really
I think
possible.
the key is flexibility.
Yeah.
Right? Like
having the option.
Yes, work-life balance, making sure that you can get everything done at home while also being a productive member of society.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and a lot of the data does show that working from home is more efficient. It's also a huge saving for workers, the cost of travel and the like. So one day we'll figure this out.
I think it's here to stay, at least partially.
I agree.
Long way to go. All right, keep it here, folks. We've got a cool down on the way.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Join Ortho Team Clinic's Dr. Ashish M. Raval on September 14th to learn about the causes of shoulder pain and pain relief options. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
Mark, a little help here?
Oh, keep it down. The noise is making them angry.
Whoa. Hey, I'm not a beekeeper, but I can replace these windows fast.
Feldco will be here for your home renewal needs. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free, plus no interest until 2025. And we'll get it done Feldco fast.
Buy one window, get one free, and soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobeson Buses. Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son, the fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in. They don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
L'Oreal Paris Hyaluronic Acid Serum. Our highest concentration of pure hyaluronic acid. Wrinkles are less visible by up to 47%. Want to see how it works?
This box represents your skin. This is a macro hyaluronic acid molecule, so they sit on top of the skin to smooth and hydrate. This is a micro hyaluronic acid molecule. It penetrates more deeply into skin to plump.
Hyaluronic Acid Serum by L'Oreal Paris.
We're worth it. More shopping? You should watch your spending, honey.
I'm saving with Liberty Mutual, Mom. They customize your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Check it out. You could save $700 just by switching.
Ooh. I'll look into that. Let me put a reminder on my phone. Save $700.
Pick up Dad from airport.
Oh.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The Midwest's premier showcase for a timeless tradition, the Great Wisconsin Quilt Show, September 7th through 9th at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Sow your curiosity with every thread in our huge exhibit of quilts and vendor mall. Get hands-on with our sit and sew workshops, or find inspiration with dozens of lectures and educational opportunities. Wrap yourself up in a world of quilting. More information at quiltshow.com.
Join Ortho Teen Clinic's Dr. Ashish M. Raval on September 14th to learn about the causes of shoulder pain and pain relief options. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
Right now, a slow start for Madison school buses. How long some students were waiting on the first day, and if parents can anticipate more delays today.
It could have been a lot worse.
Plus, comments from first responders who got the call after that Lake Mendota dock collapse, where things are now.
And your first look outside this half hour, the sun is up, and we need some rain, Kelly.
We do. We try to get some in here overnight, but not much. Temperatures are cooling off to the west, so we do have some cooler weather on the way. We'll have that forecast coming up.
Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
I'm Chris Stanford. You can feel it outside. That colder air is starting to push in after some sweltering days. We got a big cool down on the way, Kelly.
Yeah, first the humidity is starting to drop. That's what you're going to notice walking out the door this morning. Still pretty mild, but the humidity has come down compared to what it was over the last couple of mornings. Still noticing it in Janesville and areas to the east in Dodge and Jefferson County, where it's still fairly muggy, but that humidity is dropping to the west, and that's where temperatures have dropped into the 60s. We're still hanging on the 70s, though, so it is still fairly mild for this time of the morning, and with that sun up, I don't expect us to drop much from here. Well, I tell you what, Doppler track pretty quiet. We did have some showers and storms actually try to roll in out of southern Wisconsin, but as they headed toward Madison, they kind of fizzled. A couple more just popped up over the last half of an hour up to the north primarily. It looks like on the east side of Madison. May see a sprinkle moving through, but not amounting to too much. A few passing showers today just about at any time. These are going to be moving in and out fairly quickly. You may get a quick downpour, and then it's done within 10 to 15 minutes. Otherwise, it's going to be breezy and turning cooler this afternoon. Could see some of these wind gusts up to 25 miles per hour. That's behind that secondary cold front that will usher in some cooler temperatures. But it's going to be a breezy day. Winds out of the west-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour, even into the evening. So if you have any outdoor plans, expect things to be blowing around quite a bit, even as we get toward a sunset. Probably not dying down until after midnight tonight. Future track, quite a few clouds around, but a peak or two of sun. May pop up a shower here and there going into the afternoon hours. But the big story is those temperatures starting to drop later this afternoon. So I think our high temperature will occur about 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon as we get in the upper 70s. Winds will be picking up out of the west-northwest at 10 to 20. More on some fall-like temperatures for the rest of the week coming up.
All right, Kelly Slifka. We'll keep an eye on that cool down. Thank you. Well, a lot of parents and students out there are hoping that the second day of school goes a lot smoother than the first. They want answers after some pretty long school bus delays.
Long is right. Shane Hogan is here with what parents and the bus company have to say. Not a great first day for that company, Shane.
Yeah, Leah, that's right. MMSD and the bus company under fire this morning after yesterday's first day busing fiasco. Now, it wasn't just the first day for students going back to school. It was also the first day for First Student. That's Madison School's new contracted bus company. The district informed parents via email Monday night that there would be a delay ranging anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes for multiple bus routes. When Jason Kennedy read that, he prepared his daughter to wait a few extra minutes at the stop.
The bus ended up being over 2 hours late. The scheduled time was initially 8:04, then with a few minutes delay, but a actual van or maybe a short bus came that was not the real bus at 10:20.
For reference, school starts at Senate Middle at 8:40. You heard that, Dad, there. That puts the bus 2 hours behind. In a statement, the bus company says the new school year is always an adjustment, especially as a new bus company. They also say they brought in highly trained drivers from other locations to, quote, remain on staff as we continue to onboard new drivers. Now, parents say they want more communication and a commitment from First Student and MSD, but that this won't keep happening. But First Student also saying they're still hiring drivers for the school district. So we'll see if they are able to add more drivers to the staff. But guys, we'll keep an eye on this situation because obviously some frustration yesterday on the first day of school. Hopefully the rest of the week goes a little better.
Yeah, certainly some anxious parents out there waiting to see how today goes.
That's
Shane
right.
Hogan, thank you very much.
Now to our continuing coverage of the pier collapse at the Memorial Union Terrace. We're hearing from some of the first responders who jumped in to help the dozens of students who fell into Lake Mendota. The pier collapsed Monday afternoon with between 60 and 80 people on it. We still don't know exactly why they were out there on the pier. The Madison Fire Department was involved with the rescue operations, though. We talked to a lieutenant who told us What made this response particularly challenging?
It could have been a lot worse. You know, again, we were fortunate to know that everybody was accounted for, because putting our divers into an environment like that where the structure is collapsed on itself and intertwined is very dangerous for our divers.
With all the people on the pier, one person was taken to the hospital while dozens had cuts and scratches. We still have a lot of questions for the university, but we were told no one would speak with us about the collapse on camera.
A miracle nobody was seriously injured there. Let's take a live look now at the Wisconsin State Capitol, what you can see of it through our camera. That's where Governor Evers is defending his office this morning. It's under fire for not having a former policy restricting supervisors from engaging in romantic relationships with staffers. Both houses of the legislature, the UW system, and other state employers do have strict guidelines. Those rules ban relationships between supervisors and subordinates. Of the roughly 30 employees who work for Governor Evers, it recently became known that his chief of staff, Maggie Gao, is dating a senior employee she directly supervises. Evers says the relationship shouldn't concern anyone, although some labor attorneys say it could lead to claims of sexual harassment, favoritism, or other workplace disruptions.
I base my analysis of what their worth is to the governor's office on their performance, not who they're married to, who they're not married to, or anything. And so I think we can get by without some sort of thing that invades people's privacy. It's as simple as that.
Many other employees who work at the Capitol are subject to strict guidelines. For example, the Assembly and Senate's policy reads, quote, any relationship between supervisors and subordinates is not allowed.
Wisconsin voters will have one less option to register to vote. A Waukesha judge just ruled that the State Election Commission never approved the federal registration form. A conservative law firm sued the commission on behalf of a Waukesha man, claiming the form didn't ask if the person had been convicted of a felony or how long they'd lived in the district. Voters in Wisconsin can still register at the polls, online at the municipal clerk's office, or by mail with a state form.
Happening now in Texas, a historic impeachment trial is underway. It involves State Attorney General and Trump ally Ken Paxton. Paxton faces 16 articles of impeachment relating to allegations of bribery, dereliction of duty, and disregard of official duty. In the first day of the trial yesterday, witnesses in the case were sworn in. Attorneys on both sides presented their opening arguments.
Mr. Paxton has been entrusted with great power. Unfortunately, rather than rise to the occasion, he has revealed his true character. And as the overwhelming evidence will show, he is not fit to be the Attorney General for the state of Texas.
When we are done, I believe that no matter your party affiliation, and no matter where you stand now, you will conclude what I have concluded, that there is nothing to this. This whole case is a whole lot of nothing.
Paxton denies the allegations against him. If all 12 Democrats vote to remove him from office, 9 Republicans would still be needed.
First warned traffic alert now. There's a new traffic change you'll need to know about starting this morning. South Broome Street will fully close from West Wilson to John Nolan Drive. Construction's already closed inbound lanes here, but now the outbound lanes are closed this morning. Outbound traffic on South Bassett Street will detour to West Doty, to North Bedford, then to North Shore Drive. This closure will last until next Saturday, the 16th.
It's 6:38 on your Wednesday. Coming up after the break, the first days of school amid a COVID uptick across the country. Expert advice on keeping your students safe.
And we are looking at highs today in the upper 70s, still mild today, but some cooler weather on the way. We'll have the first warm forecast coming up.
Plus, we share some of our favorite summer memories in the 608. That's straight ahead in this morning's August Look Back.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says This one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is totally words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This Labor Day is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC turn your design dreams into reality. With customized solutions and quality products, our passion and expertise will help turn your room into a dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is taking you beyond the barometer. Email your weather-related questions to firstwarn@wisctv.com, and our team of meteorologists will give you the answers on News 3 Now, live at 4.
Help us pack the truck to kick off Coats for Kids.
Monday, News 3 Now is collecting kid-size winter coats at Quinty Cleaners on Monona Drive.
Stop by with a coat to keep kids warm this winter.
Pack the truck for Coats for Kids.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Back to virtual learning. That's the case in some schools in Texas and Kentucky. After starting a few weeks ago, they've temporarily shut down because of a spike in COVID cases. Some medical experts are concerned nationwide cases and hospitalizations will continue. Dr. Shoshana Ungerleider is an internal medical physician. She says that getting the updated COVID vaccine and wearing masks, yeah, those are important, but so are other basic health habits.
Keep up with washing those hands with soap and water or hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. And of course, if you're feeling sick, it's really best to stay home if at all possible. And indoors, proper ventilation actually makes a huge difference. So open those windows when you can and use air purifiers if you have them.
Ungerleider says the current tests and treatments are effective against the EG5 variant. That's the dominant strain, making up more than 20% projected cases. We have not heard of any Wisconsin schools suspending in-person classes.
It's 6:42. Kelly Slifka is outside with your first warn weather. A big change in the forecast, Kelly.
Yeah, today is going to be that transition day after the summer-like heat we had over the weekend and yesterday. Now we're kind of in that transition, then definitely going to feel like fall by tomorrow morning. All right, we do have a couple of showers that have popped up over the last half of an hour. You can see one cell that actually had some lightning strikes up there in Columbia County, just to the east of Partyville, moving to the north and east, and also a lone shower just east of Madison as you head toward Cottage Grove, off to the east on 94, seeing a couple of showers. Now, we had some rumbles of thunder overnight toward Madison, but then it just kind of fizzled, so we did not get much rain here in Madison, just enough to wet the ground. The grass might be a little bit wet if you're taking the dog out for a walk. The heaviest rain fell in parts of Grant County near Platteville, down toward Dubuque, and then also into Lafayette County, half to as much as 1.5 inches, especially where you see that lighter blue there, closer to Dubuque. Unfortunately, we do not have a whole lot of rain going forward. This is carrying us right through the weekend into early parts of next week. Any kind of rain would be minor. Looks like the best opportunity will be coming in Monday, but even then, it doesn't look like it'll amount to much more than 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch. We are looking at some winds to be picking up today out of the west and northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. So our high temperature in the mid to upper 70s is going to occur about 1, 2 o'clock, and then temperatures slowly fall. Definitely going to notice that humidity drop throughout the day, and it it looks like that dry weather, as mentioned, is going to continue right through the weekend. Winds are pretty light right now. They're switching around the west, and they'll be picking up out of the west-northwest throughout the afternoon, 10 to 20, some gusts to 25. Even if you are headed out, let's say maybe taking the kids out or have any outdoor activities this evening, those winds will still be blowing things around, probably not really diminishing until after midnight tonight. So count on some windy conditions throughout the afternoon and evening. 78 expected today as the sun is coming up, and I'm seeing, well, partly cloudy skies here currently in the backyard, above our average high for this time of the year. But as mentioned, we are going to go below that. One cold front moving through now. That's brought in drier air behind it, so it's not quite as humid this morning. The secondary front is up to the north. That's going to be sliding through as we go through the afternoon. That's what's going to drop our temperatures later today. So right now we're at 72 in Madison, 75 in Janesville. Still pretty humid there in Rock County, over in Jefferson, and also Dodge counties. Not as humid here in Madison. Really seeing the drier air working into the west. That's why it's in the mid-60s over there west of Dane County. 74 right now in Wanakee and Sun Prairie, Cottage Grove 75, Stoughton 76, and Mount Horeb right now at 73. Looking at partly cloudy skies, or variably cloudy skies we'll call it. A mix of clouds and sun throughout the day. Can't rule out a spotty shower popping up. These won't last long, but maybe a brief downpour for 10-15 minutes before moving on. And then temperatures start to drop later this afternoon, and probably need a jacket headed out after dark tonight as temperatures drop into the 60s by 9 o'clock. So we do have some changes coming our way. And that's with that cold front that will arrive later this afternoon. A breezy day. Bring us down in the upper 50s tomorrow morning, so definitely cooler than this morning. Only 69 for the high tomorrow. Breezy yet, keeping it cool. Need the jacket just about all day long. A cool morning, 49 on Friday morning, 73 in the afternoon. Then we are looking at some really nice weather this weekend. Upper 70s. There's that chance of rain coming in early next week.
And you're thinking the hot temperatures are out of here for good, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty hard to get anything above 90 this time of the year as you're getting in the middle part of September. We obviously don't see it over the next 10 days, and after that, I think it's pretty much almost a guarantee. Never guarantee anything in weather, but pretty much almost a guarantee.
All right, Kelly, thank you very much. Hey, summer may have come and gone, but it's still left us all inspired and entertained here on News 3 Now this morning.
Josh Breider is here with a look back at all the fun he had in August. Hey there, Josh.
Good morning, guys. This summer was one for the record books, so ahead of immersing ourselves right into the fall season, let's look back at all the inspiration and fun August brought us in the 608.
That's why we're here, and hopefully the Judah Bash is going to be a splash on, well, maybe not a splash, maybe a dash on Saturday. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I was just trying to have some alliteration. I was just trying to rhyme there, and it's just not working, guys. So
I can't just let this drink go to waste, so we are going to take a sip of the Ferris meal. Oh, wow.
Lots of flavors in there.
Really good, you guys. You might want to reevaluate what we're bringing back for you guys today because the brand was pretty good.
Keep you regular, though.
So I got to see just how good your husband is at making some pulled pork.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Sorry, guys, I will not be bringing this back to the station this morning. We'll send it back to you.
Rowan's going to take me for a little test drive here, guys. So we're going to go get breakfast. We'll catch you a little bit later as we're off in bus number 1. We still got to come up with a name there, Rowan.
Bring me a muffin.
We've got Lake Monona right behind me.
When it rains, it all just flushes right into these storm drains and goes right to the lake. So anything you can do to keep those things out of the street is really good, especially leaves in the fall.
We've hit an explosive training aid in this area, and we're going to task Carl with finding it.
All right, let's see if Carl can do it.
Maintaining the insane game. Think about it, I remain myself to change.
Got something.
You gotta have a brain to play. Think about it. You gotta have a brain to play. Think about it, maintain it.
That's what he found, right?
That is what he found. That is a block of C4.
Wow.
And then our mayor at the time went out to the neighboring mayors to invite them to come down to the festival and participate in our parade. And that's where the Good Neighbor came from. The Good Neighbor Festival came from inviting all the other communities in to participate in what we put together here.
He is driving a simulator.
Don't take your eyes off the road, Josh.
Hey there, Josh.
Good morning, guys. I'm on the live drive in an 18-wheeler. We're having some fun here this morning.
Our goal is to put together 500 backpacks for members ages 2.5 to 24 and the community.
All right, there's those folders. You can stuff that backpack.
All of these things are things we do to just help families and to make their lives just a little bit brighter.
Yeah, and making them a lot brighter with all these backpacks. Well, I want to see a little speed here. Woo!
Oh, there you go, bitch.
Trotting along pretty good. Remember, you can always watch our features by going to channel3000.com/in the608. Boy, it was a busy summer, guys. Looking forward to fall. Here's my call to all of our folks at home. Let us know what your favorite thing to do is this fall. I'd love to check out a new festival across the 608, so send me those ideas.
Boy, you kept us eating in the summer. Can't wait for some caramel apples this fall. Bring me some snacks.
I know. I just started decorating for fall. Just
Aww.
A little hint in the house yesterday. It's that time of the year, guys.
Countdown until Josh puts up his Christmas tree.
I know.
T-minus
less than 2 months now.
20 days.
No, November 1st.
Thanks, Josh.
Just about 6:50. Coming up in the morning sprint, an update to an assault over the weekend, the case that has become a top priority for Madison police.
We want to say happy birthday to Kobe and all the kids turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with us here on News 3 Now this morning. Have a great one. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are Hy-Vee Choice Reserve Bacon Wrapped Sirloins, $2.99. Ruffles, Fritos, Cheetos, or Simply, $2.50 each when you buy 4. And select Coke products, $3.25 each when you buy 4. Only at Hy-Vee.
Elevate your savings at the Century House. Right now, buy stressless recliners, sofas, and office chairs, and earn up to $1,500 credit toward the purchase of additional stressless furniture. Or receive $400 off the purchase of any stressless signature base or cross-base recliner and ottoman. Don't wait. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
For muscle cramps and spasms, TheraWorks absorbs quickly for relief. So get back at it.
TheraWorks works.
For fast muscle relief, TheraWorks works. Try TheraWorks and get back at it.
You work hard enough. Take a load off this Labor Day with new appliances from Brothers Maine. Celebrate the holiday with unbeatable deals on top brands like GE Appliances, Cafe, Hotpoint, and Haier. Don't miss out. Shop the Labor Day sale at Brothers Maine today.
With Nurtec ODT, I can treat a migraine when it strikes and prevent migraine attacks, all in one.
Don't take if allergic to Nurtec. Allergic reactions can occur, even days after using. Most common side effects were nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain.
Ask about Nurtec ODT.
One night, 4 huge events. The Bulls Bands and Barrels Tour invades the Alliant Energy Center on Saturday, September 16th, featuring bull riding, barrel racing, ultimate bullfighting, with a live performance by Riley Green.
There was this girl
with special guest Sam Barber. Get tickets and information at bullsbandsandbarrels.com and the Alliant Energy Center box office. The Bulls Bands and Barrels Tour, Saturday, September 16th at 7 p.m. at the Alliant Energy Center.
We wanted to be able to enjoy all 4 seasons, and patio enclosures helped us make that dream come true.
The one and only patio enclosures.
It's Hy-Vee's one-day beverage sale this Thursday. A 24-pack of Pepsi, just $7.77. A 24-pack of Hy-Vee purified water, just $1.48. And Hy-Vee orange or apple juice, 99 cents. Thursday only at Hy-Vee.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
A UW student attacked Sunday morning is expected to survive. Madison police say she was physically and sexually assaulted. Someone attacked her at the corner of West Wilson and Bedford Streets. Police have not announced any arrests. They're asking area residents to share surveillance video that might have been captured between 2 and 4 Sunday morning.
UW-Madison officials are refusing to answer our questions on camera about Monday's pier collapse. Madison first responders say the situation could have been a lot worse and are grateful everyone's accounted for. The pier broke with as many as 80 people on it. One person was sent to the hospital. Dozens had scrapes and cuts.
MMSD and First Student are taking some heat this morning after some kids waited hours for the bus on their first day of school. On Monday, parents were warned of a possible delay of 15 to 45 minutes. Some parents reported vans or short buses came over 2 hours late. It's First Student's first year partnering with Madison schools. It says the new school year is always an adjustment.
The Packers and Sargento Foods teaming up once again to fight hunger through their Touchdowns for Hunger program. The initiative will see Sargento donate $2,000 for every touchdown scored by the Packers during the regular season. Last season, the Packers scored 42 touchdowns, leading to a total of $104,000 in donations.
Alabama's redrawn congressional map will not go into place. A federal court rejected the maps. The U.S. Supreme Court had ordered the state to add a second majority black district. This new map only included one. A special master will now submit 3 new map options by the 25th of this month. The state's attorney general is appealing the decision and wants the Supreme Court to stay the ruling.
A ground on all United Airlines flights is no longer in effect. The FAA issued the hour-long grounding Tuesday afternoon. The alert said United Airlines was delaying all flights nationwide due to an equipment outage. The United spokesperson says the outage happened because of a software update.
The attending physician for congressional members says Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell is fine to continue working. Dr. Brian Monahan says he did several tests on McConnell and that he found no evidence of a seizure or a stroke. He also ruled out Parkinson's. McConnell's health has been in the spotlight after he froze twice in the middle of speaking. He's told colleagues he's been recovering from a concussion.
All right, good morning. 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock as we are watching a couple of showers that have been moving out of Columbia County just east of Partyville. A couple of sprinkles now east of Madison, headed over there into parts of Jefferson County and Dodge County. 71 right now. It is cooling off to the west and especially to the northwest. Eventually, some of that cooler air is going to work on in. So look at variably cloudy skies. Maybe a shower popping up just about at any time. These won't last real long and should be out of here going into the evening hours, but temperatures will actually drop as that northwest wind starts to kick in later on today. So upper 70s early this afternoon. Temperatures start to drop a little bit. Once again, maybe a shower here and there throughout the day, not amounting to too much. Definitely not going to be anything we really need. We need a good dosing of rain. Don't see that in our forecast the next several days. Temperatures much cooler for the end of the week.
Kelly, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're back with another update in half an hour.